Wild Animals 360 greets our viewers. Out here on the vast, unforgiving savannah, survival is a zero-sum game. Every victory is temporary, and every meal comes with a target on your back. Deep inside a dark, subterranean burrow, a cobra has just secured its prize. The serpent effortlessly swallows a rodent whole, a silent predator, enjoying the spoils of a successful ambush. But in the wild, the scent of a kill is a beacon. Above ground, pacing slowly through the dry, sun-baked grass, a heavily armored dreadnought approaches. A massive monitor lizard. This is a creature built for endurance and power, armed with razor-sharp claws and a thick, scaly hide. The camera stays locked, tracking continuously with the lizard's heavy footsteps as it zeroes in on the exact location of the cobra's underground fortress. The lizard does not hesitate. It stops at the entrance of the burrow and immediately begins a violent excavation. Massive claws tear into the dry earth, sending clouds of dust into the air. He is tearing the house down to get to the resident inside. Inside the tight confines of the hole, the cobra coils into a defensive strike position. There is no back door. The monitor lizard plunges its massive head and torso straight into the darkness. The lens follows the action continuously, pushing right into the claustrophobic tunnel. The two reptiles are now at point-blank range. The lizard's forked tongue flicks rapidly, tasting the air, mapping the serpent's exact position in the pitch black. The tension in this enclosed space is suffocating. Suddenly, the earth erupts. The lizard violently backs out of the hole, and the cobra explodes outward in relentless pursuit, its hood flared, standing tall to intimidate the intruder. But the monitor lizard is not intimidated. The true battle begins here, in the open dust. The camera tracks every frantic movement, refusing to cut away from the action as the two predators clash. It is an all-out war of attrition. The lizard uses its sheer mechanical strength and powerful jaws, attempting to crush the serpent, while the cobra strikes with lightning speed. The cobra seizes an opening. With a burst of agility, it wraps its long, muscular body tightly around the monitor lizard. It is a desperate attempt to immobilize the armored giant. The camera pushes in close as the cobra finds a gap in the scales, sinking its hollow fangs deep into the lizard's flesh, pumping potent neurotoxins directly into its system. The lizard thrashes wildly, throwing its immense weight side to side. It bites down on the snake's midsection, violently whipping it back and forth in a brutal display of physical dominance, desperately trying to dislodge the relentless attacker. The fight spills across the dirt, the camera tracking the chaotic struggle continuously until they collide with a dead, fallen tree. Here, the cobra displays a terrifying level of predatory intelligence. It loops its body not just around the lizard, but around the solid trunk of the tree itself. It uses the heavy wood as a mechanical fulcrum, creating an inescapable anchor. The serpent tightens the noose, driving another heavy dose of venom into the lizard's back. With a final, explosive surge of energy, the monitor lizard breaks the lock. It tears itself away from the tree and scrambles across the open ground. But the cobra is relentless, trailing right behind, striking the lizard's back again and again. But the physical trauma is no longer the main threat. The chemical warfare has begun. The venom is coursing through the monitor lizard's nervous system. The heavy, armored legs begin to falter. The massive strides turn into a slow, agonizing crawl. The giant collapses onto the cracked earth, completely paralyzed, entirely exhausted. The camera holds steady on the lizard's eye as it slowly glazes over. The king of the dirt has fallen. But the savannah wastes nothing. As the lizard's body lies motionless under the baking sun, the environment prepares to reclaim its own. Time accelerates. The sky darkens, a canopy of stars sweeping over the landscape as night takes hold. Under the cover of darkness, the ultimate cleanup crew arrives. Millions of ants swarm the carcass. They are a highly organized, relentless dismantling machine. Working through the night, countless tiny jaws strip away the tough armor and muscle. By the time the sun rises again, the transformation is complete. Where a formidable predator stood just a day ago, only a stark, white skeleton remains, resting silently in the dry grass. A monument to the absolute, unforgiving efficiency of the wild. High above, the landscape shifts entirely. A sweeping aerial view reveals a magnificent, roaring waterfall, cascading endlessly into a deep gorge. A breathtaking display of raw, natural power. Beautiful, indifferent, and continuously flowing, much like the cycle of life and death on the plains below. Thank you for watching the video. I would really like to know where you are from. Please leave a comment so I can thank you. Let's leave the dry, sun-baked earth behind and slide right into the murky, green waters of South America. If you thought the land was ruthless, welcome to the swamp. Down here, the river dictates who eats and who gets eaten. And the absolute, undisputed heavyweight champion of this muddy arena is the green anaconda. We are talking about a biological freight train that can weigh over 400 pounds. It doesn't need venom. It is essentially a living, breathing hydraulic press wrapped in scales. Right now, the camera tracks continuously with the silent, creeping movement of the giant snake as it navigates the shallow reeds. It is looking for the jungle's most relaxed resident, the capybara. Think of a capybara as a giant, heavily insulated, chill guinea pig. They love the water, which is a massive mistake when you share a pool with an anaconda. The snake sets the trap. It sinks into the mud. Only its eyes and nostrils, perfectly positioned on top of its skull, break the surface. It is the ultimate wait-and-see delivery service. The capybara waddles down to the bank, completely unaware. The camera pushes in, refusing to cut. The tension is electric. Then, the water explodes. The camera runs continuously with the action as the anaconda launches its massive head. It doesn't bite to chew, it bites to pull. Hundreds of rear-facing teeth lock onto the capybara like Velcro. But the bite is just the opening act. The real weapon is the wrap. In a fraction of a second, 400 pounds of solid muscle throws a devastating coil around the giant rodent. This isn't just a hug. The anaconda applies over 90 pounds of pressure per square inch. It's a mechanical lock designed to immediately shut down the cardiovascular system. Every time the prey exhales, the snake tightens the slack. Lights out. But out here, one meal is never enough. The scene cuts to a new day, a new riverbank, and a completely different challenge. A herd of deer approaches the water. Unlike the chill capybara, these deer are hyper-alert. Their ears are swiveling like radar dishes. Their fast twitch muscles are ready to sprint at the snap of a twig. But the anaconda doesn't use twigs. It uses hydrodynamics. The camera angle tracks continuously with the snake's underwater torpedo charge. The deer takes a sip. Bam! The strike is unbelievably fast for a creature this heavy. The snake's jaws lock onto the deer's front leg. The deer thrashes wildly, trying to use its explosive speed to break free. But you cannot outrun gravity and sheer mass. The anaconda uses its immense weight to drag the struggling deer off balance and straight into the aquatic abyss. Once in the water, the deer's speed is completely useless. The snake coils again. It is a brutal, flawless execution of raw mechanical power. Out here in the wild, you can be the fastest runner on the savannah, but if you step into the heavyweight's ring, the only thing that matters is the squeeze. Let's leave the dry dirt behind and plunge into the ultimate three-dimensional war zone, the open ocean. What you are about to witness are some of the most elusive, priceless moments ever captured on camera. I am telling you right now, securing this raw footage is more valuable than striking oil in Iran or mining rare earth metals in China. It takes thousands of hours of waiting in the crushing, lightless depths just to extract a few seconds of this relentless, unforgiving reality. By the way, quick question before we dive deeper. Are you watching this battle unfold on a tiny smartphone screen or a massive TV? Let me know, because wherever you are watching, the sheer, violent scale of this environment is about to blow you away. Down here, there are no trees to climb. There is nowhere to hide. It is an infinite expanse of blue where pure speed and raw mechanical power dictate who survives the hour. A massive bait ball of sardines is desperately trying to maintain formation, forming a swirling, defensive vortex of silver scales. But the predators have arrived. The camera tracks continuously with the torpedo-like movement of a massive sailfish as it slashes through the water. This isn't a gentle swim. It is a high-speed, kinetic war. The sailfish thrusts forward, wielding its hardened bill like a heavy spear, slamming violently into the wall of fish. The camera refuses to cut, rushing continuously alongside a massive apex shark that suddenly joins the fray from the abyss below. It's an explosive collision of titans. The shark relies on pure, brutal momentum, its heavy jaws snapping shut with bone-crushing force in the center of the chaos. No corners, no terrain to use as a shield, just absolute, unadulterated velocity. It is an underwater dogfight where every single turn is a matter of life and death, driven by pure survival instinct and the immense, crushing pressure of the deep blue machine.